Peace. Welcome back to the Absolute Boss Collective. I'm your host, the Mass Trader, and I'm coming straight from the hood where I do the most good to share that work. All right, y'all ready for it? We're going to talk about one of my favorites, Boiler Room. Okay, this film came out in 2000. It has a 7 out of 10 rating on Independent Movie Database. And for me, I got into this film when I just started trading. I really just started day trading. And I was all caught up in the frenzy of learning how to do it, of actually placing trades and all of that. It was such an accessible film for me. Very relatable. Okay? I can't even really tell you why it was very relatable. But what I can tell you is over time, so many things in the movie resonated with my life. For instance, I learned some key terms from this movie. I learned the term piker. I never used that term piker before. And it is mentioned in the film. And a piker is a gambler who makes only small bets, okay? So they use that in the movie. The other thing I learned was cold calling. Never heard of cold calling before. Wound up actually being a cold caller at a place called National Securities. And the place is 120 Wall Street. And if you watch the film Wolf of Wall Street, when they retelling the story of the crash in 1987. That building that they show, I worked in that building as a cold caller. Okay? I remember, watching Boiler Room and seeing everything in there and being so fascinated with it and saying to myself, damn, man, I really wish I could get a job at some place like that. Lo and behold, I got a job. You know what I'm saying? It's the power of your thoughts, man. What you bring in your mind, you can make it born. You know what I'm saying? So I had that thought in my mind, and I wound up getting that job as a cold caller. Eventually wound up leaving that job and just staying home and trading. Okay. So some of my favorite things about this movie is this film has such an amazing hip-hop soundtrack. Okay, you watch this movie and you're going to hear, Rakim, De La Soul, OC, A Tribe Called Quest, Group Home, Brand Nubian, Slick Rick, Beanie Siegel, 50 Cent, and most importantly, during the credits at the end, you're going to hear Simon Says by Pharoah Monch. Okay, that song is amazing. That's one where he sampled, the Godzilla joint, and he just Simon Says, get the what. That's one of my favorite songs in the entire world, and it's in this movie. I really don't know why they chose such an amazing hip-hop backdrop to tell this story. It works. It really works. Some of my favorite scenes is when this guy Seth, the main character, he goes for his interview. Okay, and when he goes with his interview, you have Ben Affleck in there, and he stars as Jim Young, and he gives that interview. And he says one of the most realest lines that any hustler can relate to. And that line is, anybody that says money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Deep, okay? Now, this main character, Seth, which is played by this dude, what's his name? I can't even really say his name. Giovanni Ribisi, okay? He plays this guy, Seth, you know what I'm saying? He's running a backdoor casino out of his house. So he's already into the whole numbers thing by running that casino. Anyway, he has a tumultuous relationship with his pops, okay? His pops, I can't get the guy's name right now. I'm not going to bore y'all with that. Anyway, dude that plays his pops, he meets him at a diner. right? And he wants to discuss some of the challenges that they have. And Giovanni Ribisi, Seth, says to his pops, I just want to restore the relationship that we have. And his father says, relationship? Relationship? What the fuck are you talking about, relationship? We're not dating. I'm your father. Okay? No, he was like, I'm not your girlfriend. I'm your father. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hilarious scene for me. Even, you know, my young god, my young queen, you know, we can act out this whole movie. That's how many times I have watched it over the years. Okay? There's a Wall Street scene where, you know, this guy, Seth, he gets down with the firm. The firm's called JT Marlin. It's a chop shop. Okay? That's another term that I first heard in that movie. Didn't really have the understanding of it until I studied Jesse Livermore. Okay? So you could check out my big homie's video on Jesse Livermore where we talk about chop shops and what a chop shop is. But this is what this firm was labeled as. Okay? So anyway, Seth gets down with them and he goes to one of the big dude's houses and they just all chilling watching Wall Street. Okay? And when they watching that movie, they all like quoting lines from the movie. That's one of my favorite scenes. Let's see. Another one of my scenes, they go out and they, you know, drinking and stuff like that, like Wall Street cats do. And there's this dude, Richie. And Richie is kind of like, he's gangster in the movie, man. He's real gangster in the movie. He did say some little racist comments, like 1 or 2 racist comments in the movie. You know, it is what it is. We don't hold that against it. It's a character, it's a story. Anyway, there's a scene in the movie where one of the dudes in the bar pressed the big boy in the movie. And he's like, yo, get out of here before I put you in a mayonnaise jar. And he winds up punching the dude in the face and all that. It's really crazy. Like Richie's, you know what I'm saying? He bought that life. He really thugged out for, you know what I'm saying, a white boy in that movie. You know, I only have one thing that I'll say, you know, that always struck me as odd as a movie. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to this dude, Giovanni Ribisi. I just don't think he could pull Nia Long. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because Nia Long is in the film also. You know what I'm saying? Vin Diesel is in the movie. That's another one of my favorite scenes when Seth, Giovanni Ribisi, and Vin Diesel close this guy for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And that's like one of my favorite scenes as well. The act as if scene. Okay, Ben Affleck calls all these new recruits in and talks to them about how their mentality has to be. And that's why I titled this video, Act As If. So check this out, kid. If, you know what I'm saying, like even still to this day, 10 years in the game, I could watch this movie over and over, man. It's one of my favorite joints, man. I recommend that you check it out. Okay? You will enjoy it. You will learn a lot about it. It's a great film. This is the Mass Trader reporting live for the Absolute Boss Collective, letting you guys know that if you're new, you should subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Run up on the like button, smash that joint, hit the notification bell so you can know when new content comes out. When I come back, I come through every now and again. It's like my drip, make my bank account great again. That's what we about here at the Absolute Boss Collective, showing you guys how to make your bank account, your trading account great again. All right? So, Mass Trader signing out. Peace.